Hi everyone, how are you today? Today's video is about 5 signs that you're eating too little for weight loss. So I'm Kelsey Mashad and I'm a certified health and life coach, and I help emotional eaters take back control so that they can just eliminate cravings for good and live a super healthy and confident life. So if you're someone who's trying to lose weight, it would make sense to cut calories and eat as little as possible, right? That seems like it just sounds like it makes sense. But it's actually possible to eat too little calories, which not only makes it harder for you to achieve a healthy weight, but it can also cause health problems as well. So this means that eating below your needs can actually backfire on you. So everyone needs a set amount of calories just to simply be alive. So consistently eating less than that can cause your metabolism to slow down and your body to begin preserving what it can to survive. It goes into this survival mode. So your hunger and feeling full aren't the only indicators of whether you're fueling your body appropriately, because short and long-term dietary restrictions on weight and the traditional weight loss methods of like calorie cutting and deprivation may actually hinder your health and weight goals. Hi Amy, how are you? Thanks for popping on with us. So beyond calories, I've had clients come to me after trying all these fad diets that, of course, none of which worked because, their weight loss, the weight that they actually lost was only regained once they stopped this diet. Because diet culture, just in general, it does a really good job of making people feel like failures if they don't have these long-lasting successes from these diets, when it's actually the diet that's failing them. So, hi Suzanne, how are you? So, there's actually little to no research to add to this, showing that any fad diet results in any kind of sustained weight loss. So I have some common signs that you might be eating too little to support your body, for your weight loss goals that I'm going to share with you. So number one, you're thinking about food all the time. So consistently not eating enough food. Hi Lulu, how are you? Thanks for coming on. So consistently just not eating enough food can result in constantly thinking about it all the time. So this could turn into certain behaviors like just looking up restaurant menus online and obsessing over food on social media or watching cooking shows quite a bit. So the association of dietary deprivation and actually being preoccupied by food, this actually started so long ago with an experiment during the World War II. And many of the participants in the study actually admitted to obsessively collecting recipes and recipe books. And as that study went on, food became one of the only things that they were thinking about. So, I know this is an extreme example, but it's still, that chronic dieting and food deprivation that's just so prevalent in today's culture can absolutely, have this similar effect. So two, you might be tired and feeling a little cranky. So, you've heard that word hangry or hanger, you're like a little bit angry there. It's a term where you're feeling so hungry and you're borderline angry. You're upset about it. And I'm sure this is relatable to many of you. And there is actually some science behind this, because when you go long periods of time without eating, then your blood sugar tends to drop. And if you don't eat something to raise that blood sugar, it's gonna stay low. So then your ability to concentrate and be patient with others, just that mental focus kind of starts to diminish and go out the window. So you're just entering that crankiness, which can easily be reversed just by eating something. So your tiredness and fatigue also go hand in hand with not eating enough, because you're not providing your body with enough energy. And these cues can end up being like our body's way of just telling us what we really need. So three, you can't sleep. Maybe you're having a trouble sleeping. Well, there's nothing worse than feeling tired and not being able to sleep. So that's actually another common result of dietary deprivation. With research, dating back to that starvation experiment I just mentioned from World War II. There's more recent research actually that emphasizes this profound effect of that diet may have on our sleep cycles, and what's more, actually, it has been just consistently found that diet restoration and maintaining adequate energy intake may also restore normal sleep-wake patterns. So sleep really does play a huge role in our health and in our weight loss goals. So number 4 is you might be feeling a little constipated. When your body is constantly not getting enough calories to meet your needs, then that digestive tract may move through your system so much more slowly because it's trying to preserve energy. So as a result, you end up being constipated. So just like with not eating enough fiber as well, which is definitely common on a restricted calorie diet, when you're eating below what your body needs, this can cause constipation. So if you're not having those movements, you're not going to see the movement on the scale either. And 5, you might be weight plateauing, or your weight could even increase if you're not eating enough. So when the scale won't budge, or if you maybe start to gain weight a little bit on your diet, the answer is not to eat less. Instead of providing the body with less energy, just perpetuating the metabolic response that's fighting against that weight loss, the solution often ends up being to eat more. Hi, Linda. Thanks for coming on. So you want to start by add like a snack or two, between your meals. If you're not currently snacking, add a nice healthy snack in there, including fiber. Nice apple with some nice almond butter. You want to keep it balanced because you want to have all of your macronutrients. Your carbs, your fat, and your protein. So your apple is your carb. Your fat is the whatever nut butter you choose, peanut butter, almond butter, and then your protein is within that nut butter as well. And of course, there's fiber in that apple. And that's just a simple, quick example. But once you're fueling the body correctly, then your weight is going to end up where it should be. So the bottom line here is that just chronically under-eating, it won't help you in your weight loss goals, and you can end up with the opposite effect, and it can lead to nutritional deficiencies, actually. So in my experience as a health coach, having a targeted number on the scale, it's not the best way to achieve your weight loss and overall goals. You always want to go by how your clothes fit, how you're feeling in general, and even taking measurements too helps, because sometimes that scale may not move, but your measurements might. So those are just some quick tips that I wanted to share with you if maybe you're struggling with your weight loss at the moment, and maybe you're not eating enough, maybe you're restricting yourself too much. So go back and think about some of those things, and think about maybe, are you doing any of that, or is any of that happening to you? And maybe you need to up your calorie intake a little bit with some nice healthy snacks. So I hope that was helpful for everyone. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And if you're catching the replay, let me know. Just type replay. And I hope everyone has a beautiful day, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye, guys.